Wednesday afternoon was time to test our safety procedures here at BHS. As the bells started ringing a tornado alarm, students filed from their classrooms and took cover. This drill went off successfully, as did the fire drill a couple of weeks ago. This week, many of the students around school have been very busy with testing. The grades 6 through 11 have been participating in the SAT 9 test, and grades 2 and 7 have been taking the OLSAT test. This is part of our fall testing schedule, in addition to MAP testing in the spring. In a related item, BHS students boarded buses and headed to Kirksville for a movie Friday morning as a reward for their successful MAP testing last spring. The Lady Tigers headed for Bevier Friday evening with a 6-0 conference record, while Bevier had one conference loss to La Plata on the season. With a conference title on the line, it looked to be a hard-fought battle. Recent history would back up that theory, as Brashear and Bevier had gone 10 innings last year, with Bevier getting the win, and Bevier beat Brashear by a single run 1-0 2 years before that. It quickly became obvious that this would be another defensive battle as the innings and strikeouts began to pile up. Bevier got a runner on base in the second inning and sacrifice bunted her to second base. The runner reached third on a passed ball, but then Brashear slammed the door with a pair of strikeouts. Bevier also got runners to third in the 6th, 7th, and 9th innings, but again Brashear's defense held. Brashear missed a golden opportunity in the top of the 9th when Jesse Hill reached second to lead off the inning after the Bevier left fielder and shortstop had a hard collision going for a fly ball. Abby McKim then reached first on an error, but both Hill and McKim were put out as Hill tried to come home as McKim turned for second. Christina Scudder opened up the top of the 10th with a leadoff double and was moved to third by a sacrifice bunt. A pair of strikeouts left her stranded there. Brashear's Hill was erased again in the 11th as she tried to score from second on a 2-out ground ball that made it through the infield. Bevier finally snapped Brashear's defense in the bottom of the 13th when leadoff batter Caitlin Toll reached on an error, then stole second. A passed ball moved her to third, where she scored on a bloop hit over the first baseman. During this game, the two pitchers rang up a combined 48 strikeouts, 29 for Bevier's Caitlin Toll and 19 for Brashear's Christina Scudder, while neither pitcher allowed a walk. The baseball game was a little less eventful, with Brashear picking up a 6-1 win. Brashear jumped out to a 2-0 lead when Matt Thomas and Kylie Watson scored in the top of the first. Thomas, Watson, and Justin Hazen all scored in the third, and Cale Watson scored in the fourth. Bevier picked up their lone run in the 6th. Kylie Watson and Jacob Shipman each drove in a pair of runs on the night, with Shipman picking up the win on the mound. Shipman struck out 11 in 5 innings of work, and Cale Watson came on for 2 innings of relief work, striking out 4 batters. Brashear is now 7-0 in the Tri-County Conference. Saturday morning, the Lady Tigers headed to Schuyler County for a varsity softball tournament. The last thing Brashear needed was more innings under their belt after playing a 13-inning marathon Friday night at Bevier, but more innings was what they got. In the first game of the morning, Brashear battled Knox County to a 0-0 tie through 7 innings, then lost 1-0 on an unusual play at the plate in the 8th. Using international tiebreaker rules, Knox began the 8th with a runner at second. A single moved the runner to third, then a sacrifice fly to right field had the runner tagging up from third and scrambling for home. The throw from right and the runner arrived like a 1-2 punch as Abby McKim barely had time to catch the ball before being steamrolled by the runner. McKim held on to the ball, but the run was allowed to score as it was ruled that the runner was being blocked by the catcher. That was the only run of the 8-inning contest, giving Knox County the first round win. Christina Scudder took the loss on the mound, striking out 14 and giving up 2 hits. Next up for Brashear was Atlanta, who had also fallen into the consolation bracket with a loss to the host Schuyler County Lady Rams. Brashear got a little early offense when Christina Scudder drew a leadoff walk and Abby McKim singled in the first to make the game 1-0. Brashear added 5 more runs in the second, 2 in the fourth, and 3 more in the fifth to finish the game early. Atlanta's lone run in the 11-1 loss came in the fourth. Christina Scudder, Haley Kelsey, Abby McKim, Emily Lodwig, Sydney Slavin, Shelby Rogers, and Jesse Hill all had hits for the Lady Tigers. Scudder picked up the win, striking out 8 in 4 innings of work. Emily Lodwig came on in relief in the 5th, picking up a strikeout. In the consolation game, Brashear faced conference rival Novinger, who had just defeated Milan. Brashear got off to a fast start as Christina Scudder tripled, Haley Kelsey singled, and Carmen Woods doubled to score 2 runs. Woods then came home on a passed ball to put Brashear up 3-0. The Lady Tigers did more damage in the 4th when Shelby Rogers and Jessie Hill hit back-to-back 2-out singles. Scudder followed with a 2 RBI triple, then Kelsey topped that with a home run. Brashear added 3 more runs in the 7th on their way to the 10-3 win. Scudder picked up the win for Brashear, fanning 9. This completed 33 innings of play for the Lady Tigers, starting with the 13-inning marathon at Bevere on Friday night, combined with 20 innings of tournament play Saturday. A well-deserved rest was definitely in order.